I do not hoard. So please do not think you're looking at a hoarder's living room. What you are looking at is the attempt to clean out the master bedroom so that I can pull out all the carpet, repaint the walls, and put in a whole new floor. And that's what we're going to do in this video. And this is the master bedroom, taken down to the core of the carpet and the bed frame, to which we will begin the video with. I got the foot of that bed taken apart, so now everything else is going to come apart real easy. And it's been a while since I put it together, so remembering how to take it apart was fun. Alright, so the bed's out, everything's out, it's time to take the carpet up. That's what we are going to do next. It is time for lunch. That is chili mac cheese without the chili and just some beans. The dogs like it. Want a bean? TJ, want a bean? Come on, come on. There you go. All right, Blazy. Tell me you want it. Oh, good boy. TJ.
I hope he caught that because he caught it.
He did. You want it? Tell me. Tell me. Tell me. Ready? Good boy. Tell me, TJ. Okay, I'm gonna eat the rest of this. The bamboo flooring that has been in the living room for a couple years now is 5/16 inch thick. The new stuff is only 3/8 inch thick. So I need to reduce from this down to this. Now, the first thing I need to do is I need to get me a lip in there because I can't pull this up. I can't do anything to that and ruin it. So I need to route me a nice lip in here. I've had to set up a jig to make sure I've got the right width, and I also set up the router to have the correct depth. And so now it's just a matter of seeing if I can steady hand that and still get a nice smooth cut all the way across. And the problem is it's gonna end up stopping about 3 inches from each end, and I'm gonna have to very carefully use chisels and work that out because I need to maintain a nice smooth edge so when that lays in there it looks good. So let's make that happen. Wish me luck. Okay, so we did get a nice straight cut. Deep enough? It looks pretty good. The problem is we're gonna be at a bit of an angle, but now is finishing the cut. That's gonna be the fun part. Durham Rock Hard. Okay, that is the Durham Rock Hard laid out, and basically what we did is just kind of made a better slope, easier slope for that flooring to lay on and not be so out of whack when you lay it down. It'd be a lot smoother transition. But with that on there, now I can figure out where to trim the bottom of these off at, which I've already marked, and we're gonna do that next. All right, now it is time to cut a little notch in the first piece that goes in that doorway so that we can get everything measured up and lined up. Word of advice, if you do have another room that you can do all your cutting in, that's the best, because that way it keeps the dust and sawdust off of the floor that you're trying to work on. All right, so what we have now is we've been able to get some pieces laid in there so we can get some sizing. We're using a little piece of the transition here to size this gap. And then I also laid it up against the door jamb here so I could get a marking where to trim right there, because I'm going to slide it underneath. Same with over here. So then what I will do is cut that piece and then slide it in there just to make it so that I can slide this piece in and make sure that we're absolutely straight. And then I can lay these pieces out here and then get my trim size for the first piece along the wall, because it's going to be about 2 7/8 inches. But nothing's ever perfectly square, so I got to go each piece down and make sure I'm getting a good size to get up against the wall. So here we go. First, we're going to cut the transition. Okay, we have the full reducer or transition cut. Now we need to trim the door jambs there. So that's what we're going to do now. Okay, now it's time for the fit test. There you go. Fits in there nice. We're gonna have to do some putty work here, or silicone, but that'll get covered up when you caulk it. We can double check and make sure we're getting a good straight edge that way. Cut those pieces and then lay out. We want to lay out about 1.5 feet or so and get it all glued down. But first, probably what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna glue this single piece in there and let it get set up so that we're set. We don't have to do anything more. And I'm gonna put, I'm gonna do Elmer's glue on this edge and Elmer's glue on this edge underneath, and I'll probably do liquid nails underneath to give this something to set on. All right, let's get to that. Okay, now here comes the part where I've got to put 3 different glues down and get everything to fit in there. And it's not just like a drop into place. I kind of have to slide things underneath the door jamb and make it fit right. And so I'm not going to be exactly sure where all the glue is supposed to go, but I think probably what I'll do is I'll lay that piece in there one more time and just get an idea where the transition between the liquid nail and the floor glue is. Here we go. Okay, that's going to be floor glue, that's going to be liquid nail, and then we're going to have Gorilla Glue. All right, we're just gonna let that set for now. Come back at it later. Okay, it's currently 6:30 a.m. in the morning. The transition in the doorway has been glued down and is dry by now. So now we got to get the first couple rows glued in and then let them set up for a while so I can get on to actually laying the whole rest of the floor. Okay, that transition looks pretty good. Now you can see I laid out my first 2 rows, and then you can see, I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not, but I gave myself a line to follow for laying the glue. So let's make that happen. Okay, there we have some buckets of water used as pressure to hold that down on the glue, and the tape to hold the pieces together. And so what I'm hoping that this is going to do now is set up and give me a solid piece to put the rest of it against, so that I can not be concerned or scared that when I start setting the other pieces in, I'm going to push something too hard and push it out of whack, and then I'll have a whole bunch of them off, which is a mess. So once that sets up, we'll come down here and start laying the rest of it. All right, it is now after work. It has been probably 9-10 hours, and it is time to start actually laying all of the wood flooring, the bamboo flooring. So as you can see here, I have all the water jugs and everything down, holding pressure down on the floor. It should be dry and secure now that I can start tapping other stuff into it. That's what we're gonna do. So let's get on the roll. All right, now it's time to lay out the first row, mark it off, glue it, and then actually apply it. Next row laid out, I'm going to mark the edge, then pull all the pieces out and put the glue in. Let's make that happen. Okay, we're all glued down now. I'm going to go ahead and start repeating the process of laying about 4 or 5 rows, marking it, pulling them back, laying the glue, and then putting them in there. But I'll leave that off video because once you've seen it, you've seen it. When you're putting those on there, when you're sliding them in, you got to be real careful not to get your fingers in the glue. And when you're spreading the glue, you want to try not to get it up into the tongue or to the groove where the tongue's going to go. Get it up as close as you can, so when you slide them in, it's going to push glue up under that next piece. We're going to start repeating this process, and I'll catch you on the other side. Well, there you have it. Took a couple days to get it done, and it wasn't easy work, but it wasn't hard work. But now it looks really nice. The bamboo really brightens up the room. Got all new molding down by the floor. Turned out really well. I'm really proud of that job. Well, everybody, I do appreciate it if you stayed this long and watched. I do appreciate the fact that you watch, and I hope that you will come back. If you haven't yet done so, please subscribe, comment, like, because you know I think you should. Anyways, everybody, thanks a lot for watching. This is Subtag. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.
All right.
All right, that one's built, It's the last piece that needs to go up. So let's see if I can get this up by myself.